because of these hyper expressive oncogenes, the cells will continuously divide more than normal. So our treatment targets these oncogenes. So we are going to down regulate the oncogenes. That means that over expressive or overstimulated oncogenes will be downgraded or down regulated. So thereby we are going to decrease the features of the cancer like cell division or spreading or more mutations or all features of the cancer will be reduced. Then there is one more called anti-oncogenes. So that means in each and every cell we have two set of genes. One is oncogenes and the other one is anti-oncogenes. These are in balance naturally. In cancer, this is deregulated. So what we target is we will downregulate the oncogenes and upregulate the anti-oncogenes. See the beauty. So without disturbing the normal cells, without touching the normal cell, targeting only the cancer cells, we are going to balance the genetic makeup. So these genes which are abnormal in the cancer cells will be normalized. So what is the result of this? Now this abnormal cancer cells will start behaving like a normal cell. That means it will adhere to the cell limiting signals. This will help us again taking over the control of the cancer. So it will reduce the speed of cell division, growth or metastasis. This is very important step in achieving the success or complete cure. Until we achieve this, it will not be easy for treating or curing the cancer. So this is Cancer Herbalist is possibly one of the finest places in the world to achieve this gene regulation, right? So then one feature of Cancer Herbalist is targeting the stem cell. What is stem cell here is? Stem cell is nothing but mother cell of cancer. That means if you go to the origin of cancer, how the cancer is developed is in our body, it is always one cell which will go wrong. That one cell will give rise to daughter cells. So that first cell is called as stem cell or the mother cell of the cancer. And the difference practically how they behave is the stem cell will give rise to daughter cells and it will remain silent. It will not going to divide again. So the daughter cells, the mother cell, what it gives the daughter cell, these daughter cells will start dividing. So this will become a mass, what you see clinically. When these daughter cells are dividing while the stem cell is sleeping, the size of the mass starts growing further and further. While this division occurs, this one of the cell will become mutated again and that will give rise to one more stem cell. And this gives daughter cells and this becomes mass again. So that means as the cancer grows from the single cell to a small mass and then it gives rise to more mutations and more subvarieties. And this will give more subvarieties, and that means more mutations more mutations, more different types of stem cells or mother cells, and then the cancer is said to be very advanced or stage 4. Initially, the number of types of these cells are lower. As the time progresses, as the cancer spreads to various parts, the number of varieties of these stem cells will start increasing. And this nobody can measure, and there is no machine, there is no test present in this world as of today to measure these deviations. So, what is the advantage with Cancer Herbalist? Cancer Herbalist is the only place in this world which can target these stem cells. Can you believe this? There is no treatment in the world in the allopathic side that they cannot touch the stem cells which are sleeping. Cancer Herbalist formulations are the only thing which can target the mother cells. What is the advantage? The Cancer Herbalist formulations can target this daughter cells of any type, whether A, B, C, or anything, including the stem cells. That means if a patient recovers from the cancer, he has the lowest chances of recurrence. So that way, the treatment is far, far superior to any of the treatment on this earth as of today. Right? So there are many more features and the facilities or the advantages are there in the mechanism of action, but that is too technical. I'll just move on to the next features of our treatment. So generally the questions we get from the clients is this treatment safe enough? Absolutely yes. All the herbal molecules are generally found to be very safe. They are not cytotoxic, they are not life risky, and they are really, really safe. And coming to the effective wise, are they really more effective than the other treatments available in the world? Absolutely yes. They don't have limitation in the efficacy. For example, let us take a breast cancer. Breast cancer cell has been traveled to the brain. That means no treatment in the world. That means other treatments. I'm talking about no other treatment can treat this breast cancer patient metastasized to brain can be treated. It is only Cancer Herbalist who can address. Why is it so? Why not others? They are treating the breast cancer. Why can't they treat breast cancer metastasized to brain? This is because breast cancer, anti-breast cancer drugs in the other field cannot travel to the brain, which is a protected area. Whereas these herbal molecules can be effectively cross anywhere in the body. They don't have limitations. They can travel to the brain and show their efficacy. That is the reason in Cancer Herbalist, we don't have a limitation. Whether cancer is in the original place or metastasized or gone to 10 other places. So, without any limitation, the patient can be treated at any stage. Right? So, whether it is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, we need not worry and we can treat all stage cancer patients very effectively. Right. Then coming to the comorbidities. For example, if a heart failure patient comes, can we treat this patient? Absolutely yes. In this, we have a great advantage that whatever the comorbidities, whether it is completely uncontrolled diabetes or completely heart failed stage 4 patient or kidney failed patient or any organ damaged patient can be treated effectively. Because this treatment not only targets the cancer, but it can also correct all organ damage. That means if a patient comes with a complete heart failure, after this treatment, he not only gets relief from the cancer, he will also be recovering from the heart ailments. See, this is the most or the best one which we can say where the patient doesn't have any hope of recovery. I remember a case from the Hyderabad, wherein which he has a oral cancer and heart ejection fraction was only 27%. So he was not eligible for surgery, chemo, radio. After 2.5 months, his cancer is also cured and his heart output came to 45%. So one treatment, multiple benefits. So if the patient is not eligible for surgery, chemo, definitely they are eligible to avail the treatment here. Right? Then severity. If the patient is in the advanced stage, patient is not able to get up, patient is not able to eat, patient doesn't have a hunger, patient is highly anemic, not able to get up, then also there are no restrictions. Unlike other treatments cannot be provided, this herbal chemotherapy can be provided without any hesitation. Even the patient is on the deathbed, this treatment can be initiated. Pain can be reduced, lifespan can be extended, complete recovery is also possible. Coming to the economy, considering the treatment costs of the allopathic system, this treatment costs a fraction of it. Say, for example, a radiotherapy of 10 days will cost about 5.5 lakhs. This treatment hardly costs about 15 to 25,000 per month. With this cost, we can not only fight the cancer, but we can also fight all other diseases of the patient. So, herbal chemotherapy from Cancer Herbalist is safe, effective, economical, and can be given at all stages. Yes, I think I'm able to represent or give the brand awareness about this Cancer Herbalist Bangalore. I'll be glad to take any questions in the later part. Ms. Neha, please take over for the next proceeding.
Sure. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request Ashokji to take over for the commercials and the investment details. Over to you, Ashok sir.
Thank you, Neha, and thank you, Professor Ramesh, just giving detailed insight on the treatment, how you treat your patients, and what is the value and advantage you are bringing for patients. I think it's a very good research and insight, and your formulations that we have developed is, I think, is going to help all patients in the world, right? So now, taking this discussion forward, so we are looking for the franchisee partners. We are bringing this opportunity to franchisee partners so they can basically take this effective treatment uh, to the patients in their nearby areas. And our objective is to treat more and more patients so they can be relieved from pain. And as far as investment requirement, it's a very simple and attractive opportunity. Your investment is not so high. If you are looking for just to set up a clinic for Cancer Herbalist, you require just only 250 square feet area, where you will have one, basically your manager, or you can say owner cabin. You will have one front office, counselor cabin, and one your restroom. So the with basic structure, and with a minimum area of like 250 square feet, you can set up the clinic. To set up the clinic, your basic requirement, your infrastructure requirement is very low. So your hardly interior fit out will cost you around 1 lakh rupees. Your AC and electrical work around 50,000 rupees. You need one signage again at 50,000 rupees. IT equipment, you require one desktop, one laptop, LED and router, and all equipments that are 1 lakh rupees. Your POS machine and billing machine is 1.5 lakh rupees, including the software installation cost. Franchisee fee is 2 lakh rupees, and you can consider your pre-opening expense of 1 lakh rupees. So at 7.5 lakh rupees, you can start your business. Now it has one more upside of this. Uh, if my franchisee partner, they are already associated, or they are already doing some kind of business related to your Ayurveda products or herbal products, or any services, clinical services, your physical fitness services, they can basically start this business opportunity in their own premises. So they don't require to set up basically new place or new office space. They can operate from their own office, and they can create basically the small clinic. Here, the role of the franchisee is very simple. Franchisee has to reach out to the customer, reach out to the patients, and we need to do the patient acquisitions. And these all the products and your herbal therapies will be provided by Cancer Herbalist. So how these therapies are going to be given to the patients? So there, Professor Ramesh and his team will work with our franchisee partners, right? And these therapies and the treatment products, so these are pre-packaged products that will be supplied to the franchisee partners, and they need to sell those products to the customers as prescribed by Professor Ramesh and his team. Right. So your minimum investment, if you have an existing infrastructure or facility, your minimum investment is 2 lakh rupees. That is your franchisee fee. And your maximum investment, you can say, just to set up a clinic, is 7.5 lakh rupees. Now let's have a look at the revenue projections and your return on investment. So as Professor Ramesh said, like your average treatment cost is very low. Per month, these therapy cost a patient around 15,000 to maximum up to 25,000 rupees a month. Right. So what we are saying here, even if my franchisee partner, he onboards 1,200, 1,300 customer in year one. So if you look at my quarterly breakout, it's like 156, 312, 351 and 429. So in the entire year, that means you are doing marketing, and the patients who are visiting your clinic, or you can say the treatment that you are offering, that's only for 1300 patients. So if you translate to like per day, so you are saying around 4 patients per day, right? So which is a very conservative and low number, right? So there we have a doctor consultation that will be provided directly from the doctor cancer herbalist, and then you have branded medicines that you need to sell. So 70% of these patients will buy your medicines. So you make a total sales in the year one is 83 lakh rupees, and in going forward it goes up to almost 8 lakh rupees, 8.3 lakh rupees in year one. Second year is 12 lakh and goes up to 16 lakh rupees uh, uh, gross sales, right? The franchisee share from this is basically your 20%. 80% goes into your consultation and plus the cost of the medicines that will be provided to you. Your expenses, including your rent, staff salaries, central marketing, local marketing, other miscellaneous expenses, 1.6 lakh rupees a month. And here at an investment of 7.5 lakh rupees, you make basically 2 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh rupees a month, every month. So if you look at my cumulative returns are more than 5x. Right? Now, so in 8 months, you recover your entire money. Now, so who is the right partner for? So there is no such as any eligibility criteria is required to acquire Cancer Herbalist franchisee. Anyone can be our franchisee partner. He should have basically the willingness and the passion in basically clinical services, and basically who wants to help patients with this advanced herbal treatment. Right? So investment is very low, but also my franchisee, he should have a better understanding of the local market, so where he can basically acquire these patients. Right. What kind of support my franchisee will get from Cancer Herbalist team? Because franchisee role is to set up the clinic. Franchisee has to pay all the operating expenses of the clinic, and he has to acquire customers or patients, and patient treatment, consultation, and product sale. That is taken care by the Cancer Herbalist, right? So my franchisee does not require much more operating capabilities or clinical capabilities to service their patient or treat their patient, right? And your herbal medicines will be supplied from Cancer Herbalist, and you will get complete hand holding and training from Cancer Herbalist team, right? Now, so what are the regions to partner with Cancer Herbalist? I think if you look at the market, India, like if you look at the cases for like heart failure, kidney failure, your cancer cases basically is rising every day. And especially after COVID, if you see these numbers in terms of heart failure and other organ failure and autoimmune cases have been increased drastically, right? So it is the need for all patients. And if you look at the brand positioning, so I think as Professor Ramesh has repeatedly said, that he has spent like 25 years in research to develop these formulations, and these are technology driven formulations that you have developed, because uh, to develop these formulations, there's scientific formulas are required, and to measure those formulas, there's a lot of technology that goes in to produce the same formulation over and over again. As far as my franchisee concerned, so franchisee 0.5 lakh rupees investment is not much, and people who are already doing some kind of like clinical services or fitness related services, or like hair treatment services, so this can be a very attractive opportunity for them, because there is no investment for them. They can just pay 2 lakh rupees franchisee fee, and they can become a family member of Cancer Herbalist. And against this 2 lakh rupees franchisee fee, you will get initial handholding and training and complete support from Cancer Herbalist team in terms of your marketing material that you require, or the local marketing that you need to do in your local market. So all that support will be provided against this franchisee fee. Right. So that's a brief background of Professor Ramesh. So we have already discussed, right? So with this, I will end the presentation, and Neha, I think now we can take the questions, please.
Thank you so much, Ashok sir. Thanks a lot for the brief detail over the commercials. And thank you so much, Professor Ramesh, for beautiful descriptions you provided to us. So we do have team here from the different regions. I would request one of you to take the questions from Q&A, and you can also ask any question which you think that you need to discuss and you need to ask from Professor Ramesh. So Vinod, you can start taking up the questions from the Q&A. Vinod, you're on mute.
Sorry. So, Dr. Ramesh, what will be the timeline the patient will, cure from the treatment? What will be the timeline if he or she start?
To start the treatment, how much time is required?
Right.
Is that the question?
Right.
There is no time gap. The moment the patient decides to start the treatment, immediately they can start the treatment. There is no prerequisites, there is no conditions, there is no age bar, there is no limitations.
Vinod, you're on mute, I think.
Yes. So, what will be the maximum charges for the treatment? Parts, it will be take a part session basis or a complete package?
Okay, let me briefly explain about the costing. This is a holistic treatment. That means the whole body of the patient has to be repaired. So the treatment cost, what I have mentioned is only like a basic. Like you can add the diet and nutrition part over and above this, like some vitamins, protein powders, and keto diet products, ghee, honey, or salt. All these kitchen products will be add-ons. That depends. The patients can procure on themselves. They can go to their nearest medical store and they buy themselves, or they can take from our side. We will be basically providing the treatment kit. That will be the basic cost or regular cost, we can say. Over and above, there is no limitation. They can, let us say, A1 ghee, A2 ghee cost is quite a different, 500 rupees per kg to 2000 rupees per kg. So there the cost is variable depending upon the patient financial condition. They can stretch as much as possible. That will also serve the nutrition requirements. Because if you look at the patient who is in the advanced stage, they are not able to take large quantities of the food. So you have to provide the best quality of the food to recover as early as possible. So you can add additionally another 5,000 per month for these kitchen supplements and vitamins. So this will be the slight escalation to the total cost of the patient. Whereas considering the other aspects, like for example, the patient need not travel anywhere to avail the treatment. Any of the representatives can visit the outlet and they just carry the kit to the home. So there is no transportation cost involved or patient preparation cost is involved. So as soon as the kit goes to the home, patient can start taking the medicine. So no hidden cost or nothing. Right. Next, please.
Yeah, now I would like to request Pooja to take up the questions from Q&A box. Pooja, are you there?
No issue. So one Q&A question I just picked up. Mr. Sanjay Bexi asked, what are the patient's trust building factor in terms of proven track record, success rate, certification from nodal agencies, etc.?
See, considering the general public concepts about the treatment, cancer treatment, nobody comes to the herbal on the first day. Generally, most of the times they go to the chemo or like surgery, etc., etc. And once it starts failing, once it starts spreading, then they will think of us. That is the present scenario. Very soon, this has to be changed. This treatment is a primary treatment. It can be herbal cancer herbalist treatment has been formulated in such a way that it is a standalone capable. It doesn't require any other support from any other system of the treatments. Right? So the benefits of this treatment is really unlimited. Okay. So the success rate. See, considering the recovery of the deathbed patient, we have quite a long list is there, but each one is a world record. Recovering even a single patient from the deathbed is a world record. And we have quite a long list of these recoveries. Even the pancreatic cancer, wherein which the mean survival rate is only 4 months from the time of diagnosis. With our treatment, a minimum of 2 to 3 years. I'm saying minimum. Complete cure may be possible. Minimum of 2 to 3 years is easily we can extend. So the survival of this cancer herbalist is basically from the referrals. So the successful patients are referring more and more patients, and the list or database is continuously growing in our profile. Okay.
I think that's a very helpful, Professor Ramesh. I think I want to take few questions. Mr. Bimal Agrawal, he has a question on like franchisee margins. So, Mr. Bimal, I think in the presentation it is very clear what kind of margin my franchisee gets. So, from franchise clinic, whatever sales you do, whatever revenue you do, even it's through consultation or through product sale or through our therapies or our product sale, right? So, whatever the total revenue is generated for that particular clinic, my franchisee gets 20% of that entire revenue. So either even it's a sale of your consultation services or therapy services or product on the entire sales volume, franchisee gets 20% revenue. Now, it's the next question. Average tenure for patient to recover. So I think it will vary depending on the criticalness or illness of the patient. So there, I think Professor Ramesh, if you can give some idea like how long a patient takes to recover from this kind of deadly diseases.
Yes, duration of treatment is minimum of 2 to 3 months. Generally, if the patient is healthy and the cancer is not spread to too many parts or the size is not big, then the recovery or complete regression is very fast. If the cancer size is bigger or it has been spread to the different parts of the body and the patient is weak because of the chemo damage or radio damage or any other process, then the duration will proportionately extend. But sometimes what happens, the patient would like to continue the chemotherapy and want to add this as an add-on supportive treatment. At that time, we would like to suggest to take this as long as the chemo is on, to avoid the risks or the negative effects of the chemo to reduce. Because most of the times, if you see, it is not the cancer which will kill the patient, but the treatment. So we have to protect the patient, and at the same time, we have to fight the cancer and recover the patient from the negative effects of the treatment of the chemo radio.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Professor Ramesh, it's really helpful to understand. And I'll take one more question from Mr. Vimal again. So what kind of marketing activities will be done by a brand to acquire the patients? Are we tying up with the hospitals, doctors, structure to require patients? So I think Mr. Vimal, basically we franchisee partners, of course, we are looking for the marketing people. So the patient acquisition is the main role of my franchisee partner in terms of your marketing support. So whatever social media marketing and material that we use at Cancer Herbalist, same thing will be shared with our franchisee partners so they can do their social media marketing for their local markets for patient acquisition. For tie-ups, yes, you can do tie-ups in your market, in your area for patient acquisitions. Yeah. Yes, Neha, you want to take few questions now?
Sure, sure, sure. There is a question being asked by Prasun Das. What about the doctor consultation? Will it be physical or online?
Both are possible. As the patient are generally not invited to the point of outlet, so it can be online or offline. So it depends on the convenience of the franchisee. They can decide which way. But considering our experience, I would suggest that if the patient or attendee be physical in the franchisee outlet or the place of consultation, the chances of communication and the convincing is better compared to the online.
So basically, you mean to say that you're providing the option to come at the offline outlet, but you're open to provide consultation online in case any patient required this facility.
Right.
One last question I would want to take up is what all licenses would be required to run the center?
Possibly the regular trade license, shop license, and other local municipality licenses, corporation licenses. Apart from that, they may have to take a FSSA retail license.
And you will
one
helping in getting the licenses also.
Yeah, that's very simple process. It is online that they can.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Ramesh, for your time. I'm sure the brand detail which you have shared so beautifully it's given a proper understanding of the brand to the participants who are watching you live. Thank you, Ashokji, for coming in and giving us a brief over the commercials and the investment and ROI part. Thank you, the other panelists who have joined us today. Guys, I'm sure the brand details which we have shared today are going to help you in understanding and giving clarity over the brand. Our team is going to get in touch with you within a day or two to take this conversation forward, and they'll connect you with Professor Ramesh one-to-one to take it forward. And as you know that every day we are coming up with a new business opportunity for all of you. Tomorrow again we are coming up with a new business opportunity with Montour Interiors. They are into interiors and they're into furnitures. They're Gujarat-based leading interior designing company. And I have shared the registration link into the chat window. You can click on that link and you can get yourself registered in advance and join us tomorrow at sharp 12 p.m. You can reach out to us at our hotline, which is 9717683838. You can write us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. I hope you all will have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot one more time.